Hey everybody, what's up? Uh, just a quick video. It's kind of, I guess, an upgrade for that because some of this stuff is for that kit. But it's basically showing some new stuff I got today. Um, I got stuff from two places today. I was waiting for a box from SprueBrothers.com, so I ended up getting that. And let me tell you what, those guys, it was great service. It was the first time I ever ordered from them. I ordered on a Friday. Uh, Within, I don't even know how long, it wasn't long, maybe 2 hours or so. I got an email that it was shipped and that they had refunded me $2.81 because the shipping quote was a little too much. I mean, any place that actually refunds you for that small of an amount, that's some pretty good service, and within a really short amount of time. It is Tuesday. Well, technically it's Wednesday right now, but I got this on Tuesday. And my primary reason for even ordering was that the surfacer. I rarely ever use purpose-built surfacers, like for hobbies. I never had Tamiya. I've probably used testers way back when, like a long time ago. So that was my primary reason for getting this. I got the 1500 because I don't need any filling properties, and from what I heard, this is what a lot of people call a true primer. There is no filling material in it. It is just surfacer. So it won't fill in all of that super fine detail that's on the head that I want to keep as clear as possible. That was like $15. I mean, that's not a real big can. That was like $15. And the shipping was about $15, so I didn't want to. I figured I might as well make it worth it, so I picked up some Mr. Surfacer 1000 in the jar. Now, but previous to this, I don't have much GSI Creo stuff. The only stuff that I have from Gunze is I have Mr. Surfacer 500, which I bought to use as like a liquid filler. Mr. Mix 2, which is this. It is a pack of 2 stirrers and 2 pipettes, which are measured with, probably can't see it, but they're measured with 1 milliliter and half milliliter, and then lines in between to do 1/4 and 3/4, and polished metal stirrer. These things are great. I never used the ones in the package over there. I've only ever used these two. I haven't ever needed to go into the other ones. And I also have, I believe these are called Mr. Measuring Cup. They're measured with milliliter markings, 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5. These are really good. Again, this pack came with 6 in it, and there's 5 of them in there left. I've only ever used this cup, and you can see like it's scratched and stuff, but it's totally fine. They say that solvents will eventually break this cup down, but I only use, I very rarely use anything but acrylic paints out of an airbrush, and I have no need to mix anything but acrylics in this, and I use either water or Tamiya thinner or like Model Master thinner. It's all relatively the same, but yeah, like these are great. They're nice and sturdy. They have a nice hold. The spout has like 2 dams on it so that it doesn't over pour. You get like a nice thin stream. But anyways, back to this stuff. I figured since I had the Surfacer 500, I might as well get the 1000. And I figured I'd try this. It's something that I've wanted on my bench for a while and never really had a chance to try out. It's Mr. Dissolved Putty. I was expecting a much thicker. I just opened this and stirred it, and like just to see the consistency of it. I was expecting it to be thicker than Mr. Surfacer 500, and it was not. It was actually about the consistency of 1000. I'm sure it's a different material. I heard a lot of good stuff about it and just wanted to try it out for myself. And the last thing I get, because I am a sucker for tools. I'm a sucker for tools, measuring tools, like all kinds of different tools. I picked up, it's called Mr. Spoon and Sticks. Mr. Spoon and Sticks. This is pretty cool. This was like $3, I think, and it came with 4 different types, 3 of each. There they are. It's like a large spoon, medium spoon, small spoon, and then like a spatula type thing. This might be good for applying putty or whatever, but they're like, oh, dropped one. They're like nylon. They're like nylon, some kind of nylon material, possibly. They're very, very cool. Like, they're washable, obviously. They're not gonna, like I said, I don't use anything that's like harsh solvent, really, except for stuff like this is lacquer, I believe. But they should last me a really long time. And like I said, $3 for how many? These are good for like dry measurement, taking, if you're adding like pearl powders to paint, like mica powders to paint, stuff like that. So that's what I got from Sprue Brothers, just those 4 items, pretty much. And then me and my girlfriend went to Hobbytown, and I basically just picked up some paints that I didn't have. This is pretty funny. I got a new cutter. I've always wanted a Xuron cutter. They had one there. I've always wanted a Xuron cutter. Previously I had this Model Master cutter. And like, you might notice, wait a minute. They look almost exactly the same. There's a box molded in the side with Xuron in it. There's a box molded in the side, same place, with nothing in it. Use safety glasses. Same exact spot. Heads look the same. Grips are very, very obviously from the same mold. I bought these thinking to myself, well, my Model Master cutters, they weren't that great because the teeth didn't match up. Or the jaws didn't match up, rather. They were off a little bit. And I thought that's why they didn't cut that great. I'm fully aware now that it's just because they're dull. Because I got this cutter, and actually, where's the package? I noticed on the way home, I was reading the package, and they're talking about the micro shear technology, and it's showing that the jaws are intended to not be aligned perfectly. They align off center, which, I mean, I guess in theory it makes sense, but I don't actually get it. I don't get what makes the rear tooth cut, but not the more forward tooth. But whatever. So I was like, I wonder why that is. And I got the cutters home, and I went to look at the cutting head, and oh my gosh, the cutting head does not line up right. It is in fact designed that way. And then I looked a little bit closer at my other cutters, and you can see right on them, manufactured for testers by Xuron Corporation. So this is basically exactly like the Xuron 410T. It is literally the same cutter. This one, my tester's cutter, that is really worn out. I've used that for a long time. It's starting to pull out rather than actually cut. So I'm glad to have that. I think this is probably going to go to my girlfriend. I'm getting her a Bear Guy to try out. She wants to try it out, see if she likes it. So I'll probably let her use that, and if not, it'll be a spare. But yeah, I just found that funny that it is in fact made by Xuron and is pretty much the same exact cutter. I can tell almost no difference, except that mine is much more beat up. Anyways, no big deal. I just got a couple of, they call them scoring blades. It's like to me a design knife blade. I like those. They're sturdier. I also have a big box of number 11s, but sometimes they're just too weak. The tip is just too weak. And I got a bunch of paints. I'm always getting paints. I love having as many colors as possible. The only downfall is that is full. And now I have to build another one over there because that's a bunch of Model Master hanging out. So I need to build another one of these. I may make a video on that because I'm sure somebody is going to want to know how to make it. It was very cheap and very, very, very easy. But, oh, I also got the clear green and clear yellow, actually, I picked up today, too. I just have them on there already. So I think that gives me all the clear colors, I believe. I think it's only red, orange, blue, green, and yellow plus smoke, which I actually have down here. But anyways, I picked up deck tan. I had that color when I did the slave one, and I ended up using most of it, if not all of it. It's actually my spare bottle right there, which has the mix of that color from the slave one in it. I picked up lemon yellow. That is for these next three colors, lemon yellow, black, and white. I primarily got for the two initial D cars that I just picked up, the RX-7 and the Sprinter Trueno. These two colors, and these two colors are for the RX-7, these two colors are for the Sprinter. Flat aluminum I also got. I figured I needed for the engine block and stuff, because the Sprinter has engine parts and an openable hood and all that. Light gray, didn't have that on my bench. I decided that I did want it. It's a very good Star Wars color. It's a very good Imperial color. Add a little blue to it, and it pretty much is every Imperial ship that they make. I got smoke. I heard a lot of really good stuff about smoke. They had one bottle, picked it up. I got a bottle of clear. I got the gloss clear because I have flat base, and I figured I can just flatten that out. I also have a pretty big assortment of other clear coats. I just keep buying clear coats, so I have different things to try. The chrome silver, that was just a side buy because I have a Alien Warrior half scale bust from Sideshow Collectibles that my girlfriend bought me for Christmas, and the teeth are not painted anywhere close to screen accurate whatsoever. They're a very bland silver, almost I would say like flat aluminum, but they're supposed to look like metal, like flawless shiny metal. So I'm going to sand the teeth down a bit and give them a coat of gloss black, and then give them a coat of that, and hopefully it will look a little bit better. But and maybe I'll even do a video on that, because this part of my video, or part of my channel rather, is collectibles and stuff like that. So for the collectible side of the community, I could put up a video for that. That is the color I was recommended to use, is Tester's Model Master Enamel Chrome Silver, which is FS17178. Now don't mistake that for, I mean, you can see, it's probably going to be hard to see, but you can see the, it's actually very, very, very shiny. And I feel like that's going to look really good. Don't confuse it though with this. This color seems a little different. That is silver chrome trim, and that seems like a bit of a different color. It's not as glossy, it's not as chromy. But oh, and I got a grabbed a quick bottle of Zap CA glue. I don't have any thin CA. I've been working with this old used up bottle of Gorilla Impact Tough, which is very good super glue, by the way, but I like to have something that flows a little easier every once in a while. But yeah, that's it. Now I have to build a new paint rack and get some more room on the... I actually think it's gonna be hard to see. My desk is so messy. It's so messy. I'm sure a lot of people can relate, but I'll give you a quick look at my bench, I suppose. It is usually not this bad. I usually clean it off. It gets to this point, and then I organize and everything, and then it gets to this point again. There's my paint booth that I built. It's actually a very simple booth. It is a bathroom fan. I'm not worried about it because I only use acrylics, and it's not a heavy, high volume of paint. It also, the window is right behind it, and the hose literally goes 12 inches, makes a 45-degree bend, and goes right out the window. My airbrush, made a little airbrush holder. Gundam parts. I have a Gundam kit. Oh, there's some sponge I was drying out. My Xbox controller. I was just playing some games with my buddy. Yeah, a bunch of Model Master hanging out, some regular Tester stuff. I also have some of the Tester's Create Effects. Well, Aztec Create Effects. Oh no, it is Testers, yeah. Enamel stains. Bunch of stuff. I just need to make some more room. But what I was getting at was, I made this table. It's a 2 foot by 6 foot table, And I thought it was big enough. And I mean, it is, but I have a really big cutting mat. I have a really big work surface. And I don't know if I like my paint taking up such a big spot on my table, because I'm going to have two, maybe three of these eventually. And I just don't want to be stuck, you know, having all that space taken up by my paints. I want to move all my Liquitex mediums and all that stuff over there into some kind of a storage thing that sits underneath my table or whatever, because under here it's pretty bad too. I have these unfinished Millennium Falcon, electronic parts, Windex, water, Turbinoid, Future, unfinished X-Wing, grommets, wood glue, a respirator, loot crate, like all kinds of stuff under here. So I'm gonna try to clean up a little bit. I was gonna buy commercially available. I really like the Back to Basics paint racks, but I can't really. I need money for supplies. Like when I have some extra cash, I'll probably pick them up. But this is gonna work more than good enough for the time being. Actually, for more than the time being, but the only reason to buy the commercially made racks would be for aesthetic purposes, because they look nicer. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much. I'm thinking about around this side of the table here is where I may put like a little side thing and put my paint racks on it. Because then I'd be able to, I have my light right here. I can get a better look at the paints, a better look at the colors. So I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking I might do that. Whatever it is, I try to work around pre-cut pieces at Lowe's, so it'll probably be like no more than maybe 12 inches out, no more than 12 inches out, and just down. I have a little cubby space right there, so we can go up to that, and that's about it. And then behind me, I have the wall of unfinished kits, partially finished kits, kits that are missing parts, like the camphor. That's basically a box of extra sprue, and all kinds of stuff. Unfinished Easy 8. That's what's over on the bench. All kinds of stuff I haven't finished yet, and I just keep buying kits. I mean, we all do that, I guess. But yeah, some new stuff to try out, see how it improves, different techniques. I'm sure that I know that I really want to try you Machine and Krieger guys using the Surfacer 500 and like stippling the surface to get that like pitted, like acid rain kind of pitting on the surface. That is, some of that looks amazing, and I need to buy something to try that on, because that is just the coolest thing in the world. But I'm kind of just rambling on now, looking around on my completely, totally messy bench. A bunch of MIG stuff. There's some oil paints down in that container, and then I got both fantasy sets, except for the metallics. I haven't gotten the metallics yet. There's Rex, headless and gunless Rex. For the people following my Rex build, wait till you see what I have in plan or I have in mind for this railgun. If I can pull this off, I have on order some CR1220 battery holders and a bunch of CR1220 batteries, and I'm going to see if I can hide in here somewhere one of those holders, and if I can, I have the coolest idea in the world. You guys are gonna love it. But that is for another day, because that is gonna take a bit of work. But I'm kind of just rambling on, talking. This is almost a 20-minute video. I don't even think it'll let me upload it, but I'm gonna try. So you guys take it easy, keep building. I can't wait to see everybody's work on the Big Spring Contest. There's so many cool projects going on, and it's really exciting. So I'll catch you guys later.